Hey guys, in this video I'm just going to cover index law 6, which is the index law which deals with negative indices. So index law number 6 is this guy here, where you've got some number or letter as a base and you've got a negative index. Essentially all you need to do is you rewrite it as a fraction, and basically all you do is you move your base and the power to the bottom of the fraction, and you change your index from a negative to a positive value. And now this works both ways. So if you've got your negative index on top, you move them to the bottom and change to a positive value. If you add a negative on the bottom here, you'd move the base and the index to the top and you change it to a positive as well. So I'll do a couple of examples, but generally speaking, if it asks you to simplify, you should be leaving your answer in a positive form, which is where this rule really comes in handy. So a couple of examples. Start off with some easy ones. So the first one, we've got a to the power of negative 4. So we're going to need to rewrite this as a fraction. So it's going to be 1 on top because that's all you're going to have left on top. And this a to the negative 4 is going to come to the bottom. So I've still got a base of a, but instead of a power of negative 4, my power is now just 4. And you can't do anything more to simplify that. For the next one, we've got 5 to the power of 1, even though it's not written there, multiplied by x to the power of negative 2. So you only need to move the variables, all the numbers that have a negative index. In this case, it's only the x that has this negative 2 power. So what I'm going to do is rewrite as a fraction, and we're left with a 5 on top, because he's not going anywhere. I've got my fraction, and on the bottom, I've got the x, and the power changed from negative 2 to a positive 2, so I've got x squared. Next one, we've got two variables, p to the 7, and you've got q to the power of negative 2. So the only one that has a negative power is the q here, so he's going to move to the bottom. So I'm going to be left with p to the 7 on top of q to the power of 2. Alright, and the last one, number 4. We've got 2n squared divided by m to the negative 3. So the only thing with the negative power is this guy on the bottom here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move him up to the top and change the power to a positive, and all I'm going to be left with on the bottom is a 1. So it's going to be 2n squared, because I'm not touching those guys. The m moves to the top, so it's m to the power of 3, and it's over the top of 1, but you don't need to write divide by 1, so I'm just going to leave it as 2n squared, m to the power of 3. A couple more. So next one, we've got 7 divided by x to the negative 4, y to the power of 3. The only thing that needs to be moved is this x to the power of negative 4, where I'm going to move him to the top. So it's going to be 7 still up there, x to the power of 4 divided by y to the power of 3. Next one, we've got 2a to the negative 4. So this a and the negative 4 needs to move down. Not the 2 though, because he's still got a positive index, so just a 1. On the bottom, we've got b to the negative 5, so he's going to have to move to the top. So essentially, we're doing a bit of a swap. And c squared, it's positive, so it's going to stay there as well. So I'm going to have 2b to the power of 5, because he's moved up here, on top of c squared. And I've also got the a to the power of 4 that's coming down. So you can do it all in one hit, and you're done. Now, sometimes you're going to have numbers, and sometimes you might have to mix it with other rules as well. So using your index laws, we can rewrite this as 3 to the power of negative 2 over 8 to the power of negative 2. And basically, if you've got a negative index on the top and on the bottom, then you can really just swap them around. So that's going to become 8 squared on top of 3 squared, which you can rewrite if you wanted to as 64 divided by 9. Anyway, thanks guys. Catch you next time.